The rain hadn't stopped in Black Hollow for 31 days. At first, the townspeople treated it like a joke. Kids splashed through flooded streets while old men gathered outside Miller's gas station, laughing about the storm that refused to leave. But then the animals disappeared. Dogs began barking at empty corners in the middle of the night. Livestock were found torn apart in the fields, their bodies mutilated so violently that even the sheriff refused to release photographs. Hunters who entered the surrounding forest came back pale and shaking if they came back at all. And then came the screams. Nobody knew exactly when the killings started. Some said it was after the mine collapsed on the north side of town. Others believed the creatures had always lived beneath Black Hollow, buried deep underground, waiting for something to wake them. The first victim was a teenage boy named Noah Grady. His mother reported hearing scratching sounds outside their house around 2:13 a.m. Noah grabbed a flashlight and stepped onto the porch to investigate. Seconds later, the lights cut out across the entire neighborhood. The only thing the police found the next morning was the flashlight, crushed flat like it had been stepped on by something enormous. After Noah vanished, panic spread through Black Hollow like wildfire. People locked themselves indoors before sunset. Churches overflowed with terrified families praying for protection. Gun sales tripled within a week. But bullets didn't seem to stop whatever was hiding in the woods. Witnesses described impossible things. Tall creatures moving between trees faster than human eyes could track. Glowing white eyes staring from storm drains. Long distorted limbs scraping against rooftops at night. Some survivors claimed the creatures mimicked human voices. One woman swore she heard her dead husband calling her name from outside her bedroom window 3 nights after his funeral. She opened the curtains. By morning she was gone. The sheriff tried to organize armed patrols, but the men sent into the forest never returned. A rescue team later discovered their trucks abandoned near the old mining tunnels. Doors hanging open, radios still crackling with screams frozen in static. Then the town lost power completely. No lights, no phones, no way out. The roads leading out of Black Hollow became blocked overnight by fallen trees that looked almost arranged, like something intelligent was trapping them inside. That's when people began seeing the creatures clearly for the first time. They weren't animals, and they weren't human. Their bodies were impossibly thin, covered in slick black skin stretched tightly over protruding bones. Their arms dragged across the ground like spider legs, and their mouths opened far too wide, splitting nearly to the sides of their skulls. But the worst part was their eyes. Milky white, almost blind-looking, yet somehow they always knew where you were. The final night became known as the Silence. At exactly 11:47 p.m., every sound in Black Hollow suddenly stopped. No rain, no wind, no insects, nothing. Survivors later described it as if the entire town had been swallowed by a vacuum. Then the screaming started. People were dragged from their homes. Windows shattered. Entire buildings collapsed as the creatures flooded the streets. Emergency calls poured into neighboring counties. But when state police finally arrived at dawn, Black Hollow was empty. Cars still idled in driveways. Breakfast sat untouched on kitchen tables. Front doors hung open, but the people were gone. All 842 residents vanished overnight. The government sealed off the town within days, claiming a chemical disaster had contaminated the area. Military checkpoints surrounded the roads, and maps quietly removed Black Hollow altogether. But locals in nearby counties still whisper about the place. They say if you drive near the abandoned town after midnight, you can sometimes see figures moving inside the fog between the empty houses. And when the rain starts falling, you can hear scratching beneath the road.